I'm so excited because I feel like I'm on camera all the time. And I've been thinking lately about how I'm not my most natural self. And by not being my most natural self, I don't mean that I'm faking it. I just think that I'm editing myself to be a version that either like society is looking for or whoever I'm working for is looking for.
It's like your work phone voice versus your regular phone voice of like me knowing it's you calling me like, hey girl, as opposed to like my boss calling me like, hi, how are you? What can I do for you? Totally different. It's just a different vibe.
And I feel like I'm my most myself when I talk to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like the world needs to experience
time, babe.
The vibes.
Yeah.
The bestie vibes.
The bestie vibes. The bestie
effect. We came up with that in Paris. London. Women of the world. We came up with it because we were talking about how, not to toot our own horns, but like, toot toot. Yeah, exactly. We bring good energy. Yeah. I think we are women that bring good energy to the women around us. And so when we're together, we give that energy to each other and then it projects out into the world. And we literally were leaving our hotel in London and we were like, let this just be a day of good energy, good vibes. Let us give good energy and receive good energy. We got all the free shit.
People wanted to be friends with us, which like, can we blame them? But like above and beyond, I am not a public facing individual. So people aren't trying to be my friend normally. Like when we hang out, people are like, they can feel the energy, they know. Because you bring that out of me.
Something that Liana has said our entire lives, our entire friendship is everybody wants a piece.
Girl.
And we say it in ways that are like, everybody wants a piece, like, oh my God, I'm feeling drained. Yeah. But you came up with that when people were like, just about you.
Everybody wants a piece.
That's like, I feel like true confidence and like everybody wants a piece. Like you feel the energy, like other people, feel the energy and they want the energy that you're giving off. And I think together we give off an energy of that is welcoming to other people. And I'm not saying it to like, again, toot our own horns, but toot. Yeah. The reason that I personally feel that I want to be more like my bestie version online with my community is because I know the value that like my bestie and the other incredible women in my life get from that. Yes. And I feel like I'm shortchanging my community. Yeah. And I also feel like there are so many women in this world who don't have that. And that makes me so sad and I want to be that.
I mean, not for nothing, I would not be who I am today without having had that from you. Like, I could get emotional just like thinking about it. To your point, I don't think that there is anything in the world like a human that you are not related to, you're not romantically involved with, you may live countries apart, who is there for you for anything at any time and is your literal ride or die.
I'm watching Summer House. It's reality TV. I know you don't know it. You don't watch reality TV. This is, okay, wait, before I tell that story, this is classic. This is a classic. Warning, we bounce between a million conversations, but we will circle back to Bravo's Summer House, because I do know that there are people who are listening who will love the Bravo Summer House mention. I know, you don't know, it's okay. We are so, like, I think morally and ethically, we are so at our core similar, which I think is one of the ways that has kept us like in each other's lives for the past, I don't know, how long? It's more than 15 years, I think.
17 years?
We grew up playing soccer together.
Which is funny to me, because neither of us are like, let's be athletes. Like, but also she got... Okay, this is a fair story. I played sports all of middle school, all of high school, not Rachel in real life being like, you weren't an athlete in high school though.
I said, you weren't an athlete, you were a theater kid.
I was both. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Anyways.
But we make fun of that now because I'm like, yeah, you weren't an athlete.
Back when we were like little babies, elementary and middle school, we played soccer together.
Yes. And our friendship has just like grown over the years. And I think one of the things that has kept us aligned is probably like similarities of how we grew up, like locationally.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, our morals and our ethics, but we are so different. Like Liana said, she's not a public-facing person. We live countries apart. We see each other like twice a year if we're lucky. I'm married, you're single.
Very single, yeah. Loving it.
So we live like these very different lives.
Yeah.
But we're able to like support each other at the core things that are important, which I think is what it's all about. So the reason I got to that is like Liana's not a reality TV girl. Like I'm obsessed with reality TV. You know,
I would rather die. I'd rather die than watch reality TV, to be frank.
But I love it. So Bravo's Summer House, the season that I'm watching right now, getting ready to get married, and you're watching the relationship fall apart. Like it's so toxic, dude. It's really sad. And like all of their friends, they all are people who live in the city and they go up to the Hamptons every weekend, like the concept of Summer House. Their friends are like seeing this toxic relationship, and the guys are talking to the guy, the girls are talking to the girls, and one of the girls looks at her friend, and she was like, just so you know, if this is like not something you want to go through with, it's okay. We can like make that decision, change that now. And she says, she's like, I feel like sometimes everyone needs that person who will just tell them that. And like that was you for me. Like when I was getting married, like full transparency, I think that getting married is so exciting but so terrifying for anyone, because you're saying like, this is like commitment forever. And you said to me, you were like, hey, I just want you to know everything is good, but if you come to a point where you don't want to do this, it's okay. We can like literally go and do and restart. To me, that's like bestie at its core. Yes. Someone who will say to you, you can do the most earth-shattering thing, the thing that is so unacceptable, and like I will stand by you for it. Even though that's not what I was doing, the communication of that, wow, this person like cares for me so much with no strings attached.
But there have been times in like our lives, I can think of it like 10 off the top of my head, where either like I've been strained financially, or I'm trying to make a decision to move to a place or get a new job. Specifically, fresh out of college, I was living with my parents, who I love, but like no grown-ass adult is trying to live with their parents if they can help it.
Yeah.
And I came to see you. I had $20 in my bank account. Not even joking.
True Sag energy. $20 and we probably lived it up, bitch.
Let me do a little trouble. So I came to see you. Mm-hmm. We were living in Philadelphia at the time, working your ass off. You were like, listen, you need to move. Like I love your parents. I love your family. It's time for you to go and do what you feel you're meant to do, which at the time was working in resettlement and blah, 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 and moving to Buffalo. Yeah. And you like, at a time where like you didn't have disposable income, you weren't like rolling in the dough, gave me like, I think like $300.
I think secretly.
Secretly?
Yeah.
I'm exposing it. Sorry.
Well, I think, no, I mean, well, yeah, but also I think secretly as in like, I didn't tell you. I think I put it in your bag. Yeah. I want to say.
Yeah, and I found it later.
That correctly?
No, and I found it later.
I knew you wouldn't take it from me.
Well, yeah.
I knew you wouldn't take it.
And you were just like, it's time for you to like go and do and live.
What's so funny is like $300 then was probably like so much to us both.
I know.
And now it feels so different. And I don't want to diminish $300 because $300 is still a lot, but like it's so different now as people who are in their 30s, you know, you own a home, I have a business, like $300 looks so different. Yeah. We lived in London when we were also young and broke.
More broke than $300 time.
So we would literally save up coins to go get trees.
Yeah, or we would like
groceries.
I remember like going and doing our laundry and like checking the little like thing.
Holy crap.
To see if there's like a 10 pence just of like.
It adds up.
Girl.
It adds up.
If we had a sofa, you can best believe we would have been checking the cushions.
But the reason I bring London up is like, I think it was so defining in our friendship of being like, you know what? This is very not the smart thing to do financially. Definitely financially, but for so many other ways. But we're like, in the long run, I think it will look great on a resume for opportunity.
Yeah.
I knew, especially for myself, like being able to go to fashion school while I was there. And we both knew we wanted to be in a city, but we had never actually lived in a city.
Yeah.
So we schemed a way to move to London. And I think I know it changed our lives, both of us. And I think it gave us the permission. We then allowed ourselves the permission to go and do and be. So that in occasions like that, where I looked at you and I was like, hey, I love you, but like something's got to change in your life.
Yeah.
It gave you kind of like the fire under your ass to be like, you know what, I did it before, I can do it again, and I can absolutely overhaul my life at any point. It doesn't matter like what is necessarily like normal or societally secure. Like I know for me, in order to be happy in the long run, like I can figure this out. I feel like even my move to New York was very much that. Like financially, it was not, you know. Yeah. Moving to New York is not financially easy.
Visiting New York is not financially easy.
Living in New York is not financially easy. Yeah. I mean, living anywhere is not, but especially a city like New York. I often think about like the worst case scenario. And like the worst case scenario is what? Like I can't get everything together that I need to pay for the things I need. So then I have to like pack up and move back to Pennsylvania, which like, at this point, wild enough, I think my worst case isn't even actually reality. I don't think that would ever actually be my reality, which is like, feels like such a win. Mm-hmm. But when I can think about things from the worst case, recognizing that they're really not that bad, because I've been in situations where it's like, we were scraping money out of the washer and dryer machine. To buy groceries. Like, I know that I'm going to be okay.
Not only that, I think there's so much to be said for that. Yes, of like, I've experienced rough times and can't be any worse than that. But I think also, like, especially, of course for you as well, but as a single woman, beyond like my family, which like by the grace of God loves me and is there as like a safety net if I need them. Yeah. I know that if my life falls to pieces, you will always be there.
Oh, 100%.
And I know that. So when you say, take the risk, move your ass, you're not just saying words. Yeah. You'll be there no matter what. Period, full stop. Yeah. And I know that.
No, yes.
That's the fucking Bestie Effect.
Yeah. Wait, should we define exactly?
I don't have a definition.
I don't have a definition for the Bestie Effect either. I mean,
it's the effect.
Yeah.
Of besties.
Is that how we came up with it?
Here's what happened. I live in Barcelona. Rachel lives here in New York. Mm-hmm. We usually see each other at Christmas.
For anyone who follows me and like my life typically would know that like every January we spend New Year's together and then we go to the beach, and I always talk about it as being this like week of really like dreaming, scheming, thinking about what we want to do.
Setting intentions.
Yeah, and we share it with each other so that we can hold each other accountable for our dreams and goals. Yep. And those weeks have been absolutely, I think, game-changing in our friendship for the past 5 years?
6 years, maybe.
Well, either way, however long it's been.
Rachel and I see each other once, maybe twice a year, normally. I'm a big Jonas Brothers fan, and I bought tickets. I bought 2 tickets as my birthday gift to myself last November. They were supposed to be playing in Barcelona. What's the date today?
I don't even know.
Like this weekend.
Oh my God. Wait, that's insane. Okay, this is going to be insane when you hear this story.
Anyways, they changed their entire like European tour to be this autumn, which is fine. But I was using this as like an ultimate excuse to have Rachel come see me so we could hang out. They changed the concert. We have both been, frankly, in my opinion, very overextended and like beaten into the ground a little bit. So when they moved the concert, which was like late April, we texted and we were like, maybe we just need to call it. It's not happening. Yeah. Whatever. I had booked another concert in London of the band Sleeping at Last.
That I had convinced you to book yourself the ticket for.
Yes. Yeah. Months and months prior. And it's like the week before, and I'm booking my hotel, which is not normal for me, but I was booking my hotel. And I was like, let me just get a room with an extra bed. Just in case a friend wanted to come. And then literally 3 days before, we're talking, and we schemed up for Rachel to come join me.
When the concert changed, we literally said, is this a sign that we shouldn't do this in May? Let's push back till September. And then when everything was just falling in place with London, you know, easy, affordable flight, you already had like an extra bed. Yeah. It was just so, and luckily I am in charge of my own schedule. So I was like, I can move some things around to be able to do this. And that trip was so healing.
Well, that's what we were texting about when the Bestie Effect was coined. We were both like, the way that I have not stopped smiling since we committed to this, the way that my soul feels more relieved already, knowing that I'm going to be sharing space with you in a couple days. Like, if nothing else in the world makes me believe that love is real, it's the Bestie Effect.
What's wild too is, don't get me wrong, like being in a long-term partnership with someone. New York is New Yorking. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, being in a long-term partnership with someone is obviously amazing. That feeds my soul, but it feeds my soul in a different way relationally, right? Because that person still depends on me in some way. Not that besties don't, but it's just different. It's a different level of dependence. Yeah. And obviously, I'm so blessed to have a partner who is like, go and do and live your own life while we also live our lives together. And like, he gets to go and do and live his life separate too, while also together. But for you and I to be able to go and have this energy that like a romantic relationship itself doesn't fulfill. Yeah. Is fulfill the right word? Because a romantic relationship fulfills you with love. It's just like a different kind of love. It's like,
the Greeks have like 20 words for love. Yeah. And it's not romantic love. Yeah. It's not, I think it's agape love is like love. My Greek colleagues will be embarrassed for me. But they have all these different definitions of like love and what that looks like. And I think if there were an English word for it, it would be the Bestie Effect love.
I also think it's really special that you said the Bestie Effect is me smiling, excited that we're going to spend a night together and be in the same space. Because, like, you don't like sharing space with anyone.
I don't. That's true. I live by myself. I love living by myself. I work from home. I love my colleagues, but I love working from home. It's just it literally is a different energy.
So I think our hope with the Bestie Effect is that same, like, love and, like, boost that we give each other can be given to anyone who listens. Yes. And we hope to have conversations that are sure like fun, silly storytelling things from like our past and present, but are also like prevalent, I think, to the learning and growing that we're doing and that we see the women in our lives like going through as well. As you said, we were both like really stretched by the time we met up in London most recently. Yeah. And I would be willing to say that almost all of the women in my life have been telling me that they feel stretched too.
Every single one of them.
And oh my God, remember going, oh my gosh, this is, tell me! So many of my friends, when I told them that I was going to London and I was like, yeah, I booked the ticket like 2-3 days before we were going, they were like, go do it and do it for us. Like, yes, do it for us, do it for me. Like, I wish I could do this and I can't for whatever reason, like my job, my family, financially, whatever, I can't go do this. And I literally voice memoed you and I was like, this is not just for us, it's for all of the women out there who feel stretched, who feel like they just need to girl talk.
Yes, I think the infusion that comes from that.
Mm-hmm. But I would say like that would have fed my soul 4 months, being like, again, my best friend who has no ties to me like any other relationship in my life is so firmly believing in me and cheering me on, even when she isn't a part of my day to day. Like, I can go and do this. And that's, I think, what we want this to be.
Absolutely.
So, is a good place to end it for this one?
I think that's it.
Okay. But we have a podcast. We have a podcast. Which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't have us intro because I thought it would be too awkward.
I didn't notice.
Okay, good.
Because I don't consume podcasts.
Perfect. Like I said from the start, I don't want it to be performative. I want it to be conversational like besties. And so I didn't have us introduce. So you can find us, the podcast itself, on Instagram at the Bestie Effect Pod, where we'll post when we're doing new episodes and also just like random shit that we get into together. Yeah. Because we are Sagittarius women who find ourselves all over the world. You can find me at RachelKGrim on Instagram, where I am your confidence boosting bestie, sharing confidence boosting, feel good, badass girl content every single day of the week.
Quality content, I would say even. I am a little biased. And if you really want to, I am starting a ceramics business because I'm a potter like on the side of my regular day-to-day, and that's at Joy in Refuge Ceramics, supporting refugee work.
There we go. Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for chatting, hanging.
Can we bye, bestie?
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch. I don't think people would like that.
No.
Why don't you say
then bye, bitch.
And I can say bye, bitch.
Or we just say bye.
Bye.
Bye.